Hi beautiful, I just got back from running some errands and I actually wasn't going to plan to film this, but I found two new interesting palettes from Essence Cosmetics. I know I'm supposed to be at the no buy ban, but I just can't help myself because the palette itself is only $13.25. So if you're on a budget, I reckon check out Essence. They have another collection and it is called Bloom, so it is geared towards springtime and summertime here in New Zealand. This is in their Crystal Power collection. This is the blush and the highlight palette, and that's the real tone of the colors. And oh my goodness, these products are so pretty. So technically on my skin tone I get one blush, which is this one right here, and then the rest works more of a highlighter for myself. And it's a really good packaging for Essence as well. I know it's cardboard, but it's comparable to the ColourPop Cosmetics. The other palette that I have is the Eyeshadow Palette. So this one has got more colors and more crystal patterns. It comes with a film that is taped up. I should have taken this beforehand, but I literally just got home. Here is what the eyeshadow looks like, the eyeshadow palette. So if I tilt it that way, that's the true tone of the colors. There's only one matte shade in this palette, unfortunately. It's that middle shade right there. Everything else is shimmer and has got that sequined finish. So the matte is pretty standard for Essence. It's actually a lot pigmented. A lot pigmented. It has a lot more pigment than the other eyeshadows that I've tried in the past. It's a little bit powdery and a bit chalky, but that's the matte right there. It blends beautifully. I don't know why I just smelled it, because sometimes eyeshadow palettes have like a sneaky scent. So this is what the matte eyeshadow looks like. It's not the best on swatching, but on my hand it's very pigmented, and that is called Make It Happen. The next shade that we're going to swatch is this one right here, which is called Reach for the Stars, and it has more of like a duochrome shift to it. And as expected, it's not pigmented. It's more like a glitter topper on the eyeshadow, but it has that nice silver and green shift to it. The next eyeshadow that we're going to swatch is this green right here, which is called Good Vibes Only. So that is a lot more pigmented and it has more of that metallic shift to it. Again, it appears a bit glittery and like it has more of a sequin glitter, but it has a little bit of yellow and silver gold mixed with green. The other shade is this one, which is called I've Got the Power. Oh, that is really pretty. So this is I've Got the Power. So far that is the shade that has more true to color pigment. The next one is Sparkle All Day, which is a nice like bronze gold shade. It's that one right there. I mean, this eyeshadow palette is pretty, but the pigmentation is a little bit sheer, so if you want it to be opaque, you have to really build it up. But that's a nice wash of lid color right there for everyday. The other shade that we're going to swatch is this one right here, which is called Chase Your Dream. Oh, this one is quite sheer, so that's it right there. Yeah, so it doesn't really show up that well on my hand. So it's that first one right here. Again, it has a nice shift when the light hits, so that would be perfect for everyday wear. And last but not the least, it's this one called Love Yourself, which is more of like a rose gold. Oh my gosh, that is the prettiest shade I've ever seen. It reminds me of one shade from the Too Faced White Peach palette. but that is so pretty. So I don't actually know what I'm going to use. I actually might use this one, and depending how the look goes, then we might have to mix all of the shade. There's a white shade here which is called Believe in Magic, and it's a straight up white shade with silver undertone. Again, that is really pretty for Essence. Normally their eyeshadows are a little bit patchy when you swatch, but this one is really good. This palette right here has got more of a sheen to it, so it's not gonna be like your matte and your matte powder highlight. So I'm going to start off with this one right here called Inner Happiness, and it's that one. Again, if you want like a rose gold highlight, or if you have a deeper skin tone, that's a good highlight. And then the next one is here, which is called Shine Bright, and oh my gosh, I was shocked when I swatched it in store because it gives the most appealing glitter highlight. It reminds me of the highlight from Fenty Beauty, which is that white one, and look at the sparkles of this. That would be pretty if you put that on your eye as well, because when you turn your head, especially if you're under the sun, it just looks like a Christmas light glimmering. And that's really pretty for a drugstore highlight. And this one is obviously my favorite, which is called Glowing Energy. It's just the standard champagne gold highlight, which is that one right there. It's not the most flattering. It's a little bit ashy on my skin tone, but if I'm going to use this, I might have to mix this and this one right here, which is the pink one, to get my true tone. And for the blush, it's called Superpower, and it's so nice. It has a little bit of sheen to it, which I actually don't mind, and now that it's summertime, the glowier you are, the better. So it's that one right there. I've already applied my base, a little bit of contour, and I actually highlighted my face already because I went out. So I'm going to dip in that one right there. Oh my god, it's so pigmented. So a little goes a very long way. And the sheen looks a lot prettier compared to when you swatch it, because it doesn't really show as uber shimmery on the skin. It just gives like a nice highlighted glow. But oh my gosh, I might have put a little bit too much. I have to tone that down. So I'm going to mix this shade right here and that shade. The Glowing Energy is such a pretty highlight. It doesn't enhance my texture on my face, and it just gives like a nice sheen to the skin. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I definitely did apply a lot of that blush. I want to try this Shine Bright, so maybe I'll pick up a little bit of that and just pop that on my cheek, because why not? Oh, do you see that glitter? I could see myself wearing the highlighter and the blush actually. The blush complements my face at the moment because I don't have anything on my eyes. Since we only have one matte shade on this eyeshadow palette, we're just gonna have to make it work and apply it with two different brushes. So I'm going to start off by picking up that matte shade called Make It Happen, just a teeny tiny bit, with a very fluffy brush. Actually, before that, I wanted to prime my eyes. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place today. Let me prime my eyes first. And I'm just gonna quickly set my eyes with whatever powder I have on this brush. Cool, and now we're ready to use the eyeshadow palette. So I already picked up the Make It Happen on the brush. It's a little bit powdery, so just keep that in mind. And I'm going to fluff that all over the lid I'm going to start off lightly and then we're going to build it up. Since we only have one matte shade, we're gonna have to make it work. That shade is so blendable. It is actually quite pigmented. I love how it just blends smoothly on my eye. I really blew out the shade, so now I'm going to move on to a little bit of a smaller brush and pick up the same shade and concentrate that on the outer V. So I'm going to pick up like a smaller brush and dip into the same matte shade and pop that on the lower lash line. Ooh, I feel very spicy today. So now, to figure out what I'm going to use on my lid, I think I'm going to try the green. I'm going to see how the pigment is using a brush without applying any base on my lid. Wow. That is the nicest green I've ever tried. Wow, Essence, you really outdone yourself. So I'm going to go back to that matte shade called Make It Happen just to blend this. And I really want to try this blue shade right there. So it comes up as glitter or like a topper. So what I'm going to do is to pick it up with my finger and kind of just dab it on top. That actually worked out better than I thought it would. For the inner corner, for the lower lash line, maybe I will put this shade called I've Got the Power. So I'm just going to quickly clean up my flat brush and then apply that. I've got an idea. I'm going to go back to the highlighter and actually I'm going to pick up this shade called Shine Bright and I'm really going to let it shine bright. So I'm going to put that on top. Oh my god, I can't get over it. Essence! For inner corner highlight, we are going to use this shade called Sparkle All Day. Kind of dug my brush in. It's not really as bright as I would like it to be, so I'm going to go back to that Shine Bright once again to add a little bit of dimension. As if I was not content with a shimmer, I added a lip gloss for an added shimmer in your face. So here is my final makeup look with the eyeshadow and the blush and highlight palette. I am so obsessed on how this eye turned out, and believe it or not, even though they've only added one matte eyeshadow in this eyeshadow palette, it actually is a great matte because you can build up the intensity of the shadow and it will look like you are wearing two different shadows, which I have right here. And oh my gosh, this green is amazing. And this Reach for the Star shade, which has a little bit more of like that glittery feel. And on top of that, my favorite shade from this blush and highlighter is this one right here called Shine Bright because it really does shine bright. Like it looks like a dancing light once you turn your face and eyes into a certain angle. Like I have a little bit of that on here, and as you can see, it just sparkles. Overall, I do really enjoy and love this crystal power collection from Essence. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates and I will catch you on the next one. Bye!